Hello everybody and welcome. Today we are going to be playing Company of Heroes. Now, this is the Steam version, so of course it has all of the expansions, but currently it says Tales of Valor on top, but there's another one. I forgot what it's called, but that doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and play a skirmish here. So, we're going to be playing this map called Trench War. It's actually a really cool map. I mean, it's got like trenches like a World War One kind of thing going on. And obviously it's a 2v2, so we're going to be playing with computers today because it's a custom map and I don't have any friends who have this game, so we're going to go ahead and put on a normal bot. Now, you have several armies to choose from. You have British and American, the Wehrmacht, and the Panzer Elite Corps. Now, if you get another, I think it's a mod supported by the developers, you can play as the Russians and as something else. I can't remember. But today we're just going to be playing as the Americans, and I might actually set my ally as British. Now, we're not going to be using the Panzer Elite Corps, because I think they're a little bit overpowered, being as they have vehicles that can capture resource points instead of infantry. So that usually means that they capture up a whole bunch of territory before I can even get there. So in this game, it has you have resource points to capture, and those resource points basically increase your territory and your front line, but they also give you resources to make more troops. So you've got manpower, munitions, and fuel, and you need all three of those to build different types of units. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this. We're gonna do annihilation because I don't like the victory point control, and we're gonna have fixed locations. So I'm gonna start up here, and high resources because the more units the merrier. So let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, so here we are. First I'm gonna grab my engineers and we're gonna build a barracks because you want to get more infantry as well as vehicles. Now this is more of a like defensive thing. Or first I should start off these selections, which I'll pause real quick so I can explain. Every faction has their own selection for specialty. So like we have the infantry division, the airborne division, and the armor division. So if we choose armor division, we get special I guess score streaks, kind of. I don't know what to call them. But that allow you to call in things like with the armor division, you can call in tanks and different things like that from off the battlefield. For the airborne, you can drop planes and paratroopers behind enemy lines and whatever, send in airstrikes. And as the infantry division, you get things like what's it called? You get not quite airstrikes, but bombardments from artillery, and you can send in like special elite infantry. So we're gonna go ahead and start off by choosing the armored company, and I'm going to go ahead and wait for this because that allows me to capture territories like the Panzer Elite Corps, but I have to wait for it. So I'm going to take these engineers and I'm going to send them over here to capture this ammunitions depot. Alright, so we've got a barracks. I'm going to go ahead and order up 2 of these guys, and we're going to go ahead and send these engineers to capture this this manpower supply point. Now if you look down here, I've only got 5 munitions coming in per minute, 5 fuel, and 278 manpower. But as we capture these points, they're going to increase that cap so that we can make more infantry and things like that. Now, once you capture a point, it's going to generate a set number of resources. But you can go ahead and put this observation post on it. That will increase the amount of resources you get from that point. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2 of those down and grab this infantry and send them up to this manpower point. And let's see what else. So they're gonna go ahead and come up to capture this infantry, or that munitions point. And we now have an observation post. So you'll see instead of 5 munitions, now we get 8 from that point. Now that might seem a little bit insignificant, but it adds up. So we're go ahead and move these guys up. And also the thing, or I'm gonna move these guys back. Also, the things about having the observation post that's really nice is it takes longer for your enemy to capture a point because they have to actually destroy this before they can capture the point. So usually they have to have like really good like something really good at taking down buildings. So I gotta wait about another minute before I can get this because I need more fuel. Now once I get this supply yard, it's gonna let me get the motor pool, which is it produces light vehicles and anti-tank guns and things like that, and the tank depot, which is obviously gonna let me deploy tanks. So if you notice, every starting HQ has these bunkers over here. These are just defense so that you can't just walk in with infantry and destroy an entire base 5 minutes into the game. So we're going to go ahead and capture that point. I'm actually going to take these guys and tell them to move up here. And these engineers are going to build this, and they're going to go with them. So let's go ahead and take these engineers, about a couple seconds, and we'll be able to build the supply yard. Alright, so we got the supply yard now. We just got to build it first. And now we're actually going to get this, which allows us to capture command post with light vehicles. So things like this Jeep right here. They're really fast, do a lot of damage, but they have really low health. So that means I can send them out here to actually capture these resource points, which I might actually send them out here first. No, I'm actually going to have them build an observation post right here. So we're going to, so if you notice these little dots, that's where your actual infantry is going to be, and depending on the color of the dots is how much cover they have. So green means a lot of defense, which makes them really difficult to get hit. Yellow is, like, it's not great, but it's good. And red would mean they're wide out in the open, and they will get killed really fast. So we're going to actually go ahead and take, this Jeep, send him up here, and we're going to back him up with some infantry, just to make sure he doesn't get absolutely destroyed. Actually, we're going to tell these infantry to wait till the Jeep gets up a little bit further. But now we have the supply depot, so I'm actually going to, well, I don't have enough resources yet, so I'm not going to do anything, but okay, we have a sniper over here, so that's not good. Go ahead and try and hunt him down before he picks off everyone one by one. Oh, there he is. Okay, get him running. Well, that's -2 guys, but whatever. At least he didn't take out an engineer. Oh, great, this is not good. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this infantry back. Mostly these guys first. And actually, we're gonna send these guys up here because there's more cover back here, but these guys are gonna go back here. I'm actually gonna have these attack them so that they move out of the way and leave. Okay, that was a really successful mortar strike, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull those guys back now. We're actually gonna work to get these Calliopes, which are they're like artillery on wheels, so they're really good. I'm actually gonna have these guys retreat because this is not a favorable condition for us to be in. Why aren't they retreating? Okay, that's confusing, but I'm gonna go ahead and continue to press the assault right there. Now these guys, they're just, I guess they're pinned or something because they're not moving. Okay, now we're gonna have them retreat. I guess they were just capturing that point. So we've captured this command point, or this resource point, but that doesn't technically mean that we have control over this area, because even though we own the territory, they can still be, coming in and attacking us. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix these guys up. So it's actually cheaper to get more infantry for an already processed unit than it is to make a whole nother infantry unit. So we're gonna go ahead and heal these guys up before sending them back out. And actually, we have enough fuel now to make a light infantry, or not infantry, a light engineered division. So you guys are armored. You guys might be thinking, well, why would you build the lighters first when you can go ahead and get a tank? And tanks are obviously better, right? Well, this motor pool has a special ability to make a half track. Now, half tracks, for those of you who don't know what they are, they're basically not quite armored cars, but they transport infantry, but they have a really cool ability to where they can, instead of just transporting infantry, they can actually heal infantry by adding in new infantry whenever one dies. So like, see, there's 3 guys dead here. If my half track was right here, well, now there's 2. I could send in more just the same as I'm doing right here. So these guys are healed up. We're gonna go ahead and send them back out to the front line. So we seem to be doing pretty good on the fronts here, because they don't have very much territory, which means they're getting less resources, but they could still come and push up an assault like they were doing right here. Because all we've got right here is a mortar pit, which means they could easily just overrun it with infantry because they have a minimum range. Alright, so our half track is done. So we're going to go ahead and position him right here and go ahead and get him, instead of another one of those, we're going to go ahead and get him 2 of these guys. Right now, we've got some pretty good amount of troops up here on the left side of the front, but basically nothing on the right side. But I can't help to enforce that because that's the side that my ally is on, so he should be enforcing that side, but he's not, and I don't know why he's over here. So actually, since he's AI, I can tell him to go capture that point over there. Now, it doesn't mean he'll listen because he's a computer, but he still might. So you see, look, they're going up with those guys, so this is basically gonna get destroyed, which is great. I'm not gonna reroute anyone over there. Actually, I might reroute this Jeep, so I'm gonna actually send that Jeep over there as this half track comes up to support this this little, I guess, command post we have over here. Now, let's see. We could set up another bunker, but I'm not sure if we want to just yet. So they're going to go ahead and take that fuel point, which dramatically decreases how much fuel we're getting, but I'm already sending... Okay, yeah, that's great. They've got a sniper, but go ahead and take this guy out. I might have to handle that sniper first because this is an open vehicle. We got this half track here, so we're going to go ahead and get everyone out. So now we have some more infantry to support them, a lot of engineers, and some more of the riflemen. So I'm going to actually get this upgrade, which gets it basically an anti-infantry gun, which is really good, but it also costs money. They just moved up some more guys, and they're going to try and take this position, which I am not going to let them because we need this fuel. So yeah, they're going to go ahead and go down quickly because these guys are good against infantry. So maybe we might have to reroute some infantry since they're not doing anything. We'll think about it because I'm still trying to gather up some forces to push an assault. So actually what we're going to do is finally build that tank depot, which, okay, so they're probably gonna go for this munitions, which we've already got a rifle squad over there, so we'll be able to handle that. Which it looks like they're pulling off an assault over here, which is not good for us. They actually are going to take this point, which is not good, and they're taking this one, so we're going to have to go ahead and cut an assault in a different direction than I wanted to. So go ahead and get one of those, and we're going to have to send our guys this way to capture the this munitions point. If we capture this munitions point and this manpower, they won't get all this extra fuel. Now, as long as they're getting all this extra fuel, they're going to have more tanks, which is bad for us because the Germans make some really good tanks. So let's go ahead and take out these guys so that we can go ahead and capture this point. Alright, so looks like we've taken the point, and it looks like they've built a, yeah, they took control of that. Which, if they shoot over here, that's not going to be good, because, well, yep, okay, so they're going to shoot over here, so we're going to go ahead and move all our infantry over here. That's not essential. Okay, so that's done already. Let's go ahead and take this. And actually, we're going to go ahead and send this over here. But it's not showing up again, so we're going to have to go ahead and take out this real quick. Alright, so they're going to go ahead and capture up this point, which means they're not getting any of this fuel that they've caught. So we're going to go ahead and assault this position over here, move this guy so he doesn't get hit by a mortar. Continue to take out this guy real quick. Alright, he's dead. Go ahead and take out these engineers because they've got flamethrowers and that's very destructive. We're almost to the Calliope, so that's good. Go ahead and take this Sherman and change his direction so he advances that way. And go ahead and take out this mortar pit. Okay, so that mortar pit's almost gone. Alright, nice shot, Sherman. Okay, do not follow. Attack them instead. Don't follow, but attack them. Okay, get out of their line of sight. Alright, you go ahead and capture that. And, let me go ahead and send the, infantry in that way. And we're actually gonna take this half track again. We're gonna pull them back over here. Actually, you know what? We're gonna send them over here because they're taking the point. Actually, pull them back. So that was not a successful assault. Looks like we lost an infantry squad. We're gonna go ahead and heal everyone up here. Okay, looks like we got our Hellcat. So I'm gonna go ahead and send this Sherman up here to take this fuel point, even though it can't capture it, and take this Hellcat and use it to reinforce over here. And go ahead and start healing up this guy, or this squad. So it looks like we started to recover the line a bit, so they had a really successful offensive, but it looks like it wasn't successful enough. Go ahead and move this guy back here. So, okay, well, looks like he's dead. So we're going to go ahead and order up 2 more infantry squads. Okay, great. You got damaged already. Well, this is cleared out, so we're going to go ahead and move the Sherman back up here and take this engineer squad and tell them to take this point. Now, it looks like we're holding the line over here with this anti-infantry turret, but the Sherman and this Hellcat should really help. So go ahead and send them over here. Oh, well, they're already gone, so just have them over here. Tell them to repair that Hellcat. And we have Calliopes, which is perfect, except we don't have enough manpower at the moment. It's the only bad part about this map, is there is very low amounts of manpower. So we're going to go ahead and cut one of those infantry units out so that we can have a Calliope instead, because they are super useful. Now there's some infantry trying to move through here, and I actually think they're going to try and come this way, which is not what we want. Now, I think that's an airstrike right there, yeah. Which, I'm not sure if it's ours or theirs, so I'm not going to try it. Go ahead. Okay, vehicle under attack where? Okay, we've got an infantry squad, but they were easily taken care of. Go ahead and heal up this half-track and get another guy on this demolitions team. Now, we're holding the line very well, so because I need more gas, I'm going to go ahead and build a thing right there. And I'm going to build one here and take this engineer. We need 200 manpower, of course we do.